Hi everybody, this is Getting Banded 2012. My name is Sheena. I am just here for a bit of a chat, I guess. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because I am recording from my phone. Neither one of my laptops let me record and upload. And the one time it did let me, I got a comment saying that it wouldn't let them play it. So I'm just going to continue to record from my phone. So I'll try to make this as fast as possible. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is sort of how I've been feeling this week. If you watched my last video, you know that I did very well last week. My food was right on. I actually did my pre-op detox diet, which consisted of no carbs. Basically, it was lean meats, cottage cheese, yogurt, and non-starchy vegetables. I wasn't allowed any other dairy or anything like that. I could have protein shakes and protein bars, but that was it. So I felt really great last week, actually, except sort of I was really nervous for my weigh-in, that I was not going to have a good weigh-in. So I was really nervous for that, but I felt good inside. I felt small. I felt fit. Felt really good. This week, I have not been following my pre-op detox diet because it's not something that I can follow for the rest of my life. It's not something that I can follow. I can't go, without squash or just a couple tablespoons of potatoes or rice or something like that, Carbs, they're needed too. The whole grains and things like that, our body does need it. So this week I have been sort of off track. And I feel not off track, but when I eat something that is not on my pre-op diet, I feel guilty. Which then it plays on my mind. So all week I have been feeling very negative and sort of down and feeling like, oh, I'm never going to make it to goal because I added granola to my yogurt this week. Or, I made lasagna. I had lasagna and, oh, what was I thinking? I shouldn't have had lasagna. Mind you, it was a chicken spinach Weight Watchers lasagna, pardon me, that I had made. So it wasn't even a bad option. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad option. I was even feeling that way about a banana that I had. And I know this is not a healthy way of thinking, but I don't know sort of how to get out of this train of thought. So I don't really know where to go from here, but this week I've been feeling very worried and anxious about weigh day, and I just I keep putting myself down. But I feel like maybe, as I'm sure most of us do, put so much pressure on ourselves to be at a certain weight by a certain time, whether it be our 1 year or our 6 month. You want to be down 100 pounds, you want to be down 50 pounds, you want to be at goal, whatever the case may be. I feel like maybe sometimes we pressure ourselves so much to be at goal or whatever our goal is within that specific amount of time that it just kind of starts playing with our minds when it gets close. My 1 year surgiversary is in, I think, 4 weeks. It's at the end of March. It's March 30th. And I'm almost down 70 pounds. I'm down like 69.4. But it's like I can't take a step back and appreciate where I've come from. I'm constantly looking forward and being like, well, okay, I've lost 70 pounds. So I do think positively about that, but then I counteract it with something very negative, and I'll come back, well, I've lost 70 pounds, however, I'm not at goal yet. I love my band. I had to pay cash for it, And I kind of feel like if I don't get to goal by my 1-year surgeversary, that it was, I don't want to say a waste of money, but I feel like maybe my husband is going to be disappointed in me because I haven't gotten in goal, and it's costing us a lot of money. Basically, it is cost just a tiny bit less than our car. So, and it's not that he's ever been unsupportive, because he's been absolutely nothing but supportive through this whole journey, and he's never said to me, oh, you have to make goal by 1 year. Never anything like that. It's just something that I have within myself, that in order to, see if I can word this properly, for it to make sense to have been spent this money, I have to be at goal by my 1 year. So I'm trying to change my train of thought and kind of concentrate more on the things that I have accomplished. Because really, when you think about it, what does it matter if it takes us 16 months to get to goal? 2 years to get to goal? You know what I mean? Like, what does it matter? We're still losing weight, and we're putting in healthy habits into our head. We're getting rid of the unhealthy that we had, and we're bringing in the healthy through exercise, through what we're eating, and we're learning as well. And everybody makes mistakes. I have not been anywhere close to perfect during this journey. And when I think back, like, okay, I'm not at goal, but if I was good this entire time, I probably could be. If I followed the rules exact, and I didn't, I worked out right from day one, and I worked out hard, and I ate only what I was supposed to eat, and I didn't, kind of test my limits a little bit or have treats here and there, then I would be at goal. But that's not realistic, and that's not healthy. So I need to stop, and I need to think, you've lost almost 70 pounds. You're doing well. I think sometimes we all just need to think, even if we haven't gotten to goal within a certain amount of time that we were hoping to, that these are permanent changes that we're making within ourselves and with our families as well. To go back almost a year, this time last year, I was getting my deposit ready for my surgery. I was booking my hotels, booking time off work, things like that. I was getting ready for my surgery, and I was 219 pounds, probably even more. So you know what I mean? I should be looking like the changes that I've made. This time last year, every weekend, I'd make dip. I'd make an Epicure dip, which is these Epicure spices that you buy with a cup of mayonnaise and a cup of sour cream. Was that a good choice? No. And I would home make a fresh loaf of bread, and I would cut it up. And I would also make an Epicure chip dip, again, different spices, but with sour cream and mayonnaise. And my husband and I would put on a movie, and we would eat them. Or we'd home make pizza. It was just, that's all that we did. And now we don't do that. I can't remember the last time that we did it. So I need to think these changes during this journey are what are going to keep me down in weight. It's going to keep my weight down, and it's teaching my daughter good habits as well. I also need to take time and think about the milestones, the NSVs. I don't think I've ever, not that I can recall, I might have to go back and watch my videos, but I can't remember the last time that I actually sat back and said, wow, that was an NSV. The only NSV that I can think that I had was a ring that I had and I could get back on. I did not really get overly excited getting down in pant size or anything, because it was like, now my 11s are too big, so, now I'm a size 10 or 9 or whatever it was, it was, okay, well, I'm still not small enough. So it's just, I've always been sort of thinking just negative. And I'm trying to sort of take on the thoughts that we can't fail on this journey, because really we can't. You know, even if you gain weight, even if you have, you know, let's say you gain 50 pounds back after you've hit goal, you still haven't failed. You haven't failed until you've given up. You've got the tool and you have the knowledge to get that off. So just work at it and take it off, and you know, and then you're still a success. You've still lost that weight, and you can still lose that weight. What I need to do and what my goals are going to be is stop this negative thinking. I think once I stop this negative thinking, it will actually help me lose weight, because I've sort of been emotionally eating this week because it's just, I feel stressed out. I feel like I feel like a failure. I know it contradicts what I said earlier, but that is how I feel. Although I know I'm not a failure deep within, because like I've said, I've made progress. I've made some great changes. It's been really great. Sorry, I keep saying a lot. But we've all made some really great changes, and I think doing something for positive, to keep this positive thinking, will be really good. What I'm going to try to do is, I'm going to counteract it, maybe put a rubber band on my hand, and when I think something negative, I'm just going to pull it. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I'm going to fix this, but it's causing me to emotionally eat, which then worries me for how my weight is going to be on Friday, which then causes me to emotionally eat some more. So I'm just going to work out a little bit harder this week, and I'm just going to work on all the positive things that I've just said about you can't fail on this journey, and even if I stay this weight or only lose another 5 pounds, and by my 1 year, I should be happy with that, because I can still work on getting rid of the weight. There is no deadline. There is no deadline, and I think I need to keep that in mind. Anyways, I am done rambling. If you stuck with me through this entire ramble, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.